Hey everyone, Rushlock here with our next episode of Questions from the Subreddit. If you find these helpful at all, leave us a comment down below. Also hit the like button to help boost the visibility of the videos and let more people get the answers to these questions. Today's question, returning player, yay or nay? I never thought I'd be typing this, because I won the game like 6 years ago and I thought I'd never return. We all knew better, didn't we? Recently, things have changed and I am getting that itch again to try again. 6 years is a long time, and the dynamic that existed when I played is very much gone. I was a test boy in catch last time I played, and things have really changed since then, obviously. My question is this: has the game changed so much in 6 years that it wouldn't be fun to relearn it? Am I going to be basically starting with learning the game again from square one? I'm not sure how many integral systems have changed, and I want to come back, but the changes in UI and all of the microtransaction stuff is intimidating. Not to mention the $20 a month sub price is not easy to justify. Give me your opinions. TIA. Alright, so a fairly common question that comes up, at least in Twitch chat, that I see reflected here is, hey, I used to play the game, I've been gone for a number of years, I'm coming back to it, what do? And my most consistent advice to someone in this situation is to start a new character on a new account. And the immediate pushback is typically, yeah, but I have all that stuff on my old account that I can't let go of. And I'm not suggesting that you do so. Instead, reacclimate, resettle into the game with a new character on a new account until that old account becomes a valuable resource instead of a intimidating, overwhelming burden of problems and responsibilities. Get back into the game for free, stay alpha, play on this new character, mess around for a little bit, and then once you've reacclimated to the game, you can make a better informed decision on a couple of their specific questions. Will it be worth the $20 a month to you? The microtransaction stuff being intimidating does make a lot of sense to me because I guess if the person were to start a new account, they would see a lot more pop-ups in terms of like, hey, special offer, pretty much every login for the first week or two or month or however long they pop those up for. That could be kind of annoying, but I don't see how it would be intimidating because the microtransactions are all of things that already existed in the game 6 years ago. So I'm not quite sure. I'm not saying they don't have an issue there. I just don't have a lot of visibility on what that issue is because I'm not aware of pop-ups that are happening for microtransactions for things that didn't exist previously. Let's see. About things, 6 years. You're in luck. For at least half of that, absolutely nothing changed, other than maybe your previous activities could have been impacted if you were doing a lot of AFK, zero effort, zero risk PvE stuff. If you were crabbing away in catch and just farming the Sancha stuff and having the time of your life, hey, I did it too in Provi. It was free, easy resources. Faucets were wide open. CCP was doing nothing about it. And then they finally got around to closing those faucets off, or at least tightening them up significantly. So yeah, effortless, AFK, no risk PvE definitely impacted in the time that you were gone. Most of the actual changes of the game have happened in the past probably 8 months or so, maybe a year if we want to be generous. With obviously Uprising coming out this past November being a huge change to faction warfare, introducing tools and mechanics that could be rolled out into HiSec and or NullSec in the future. We're still waiting to see how that plays out. An expansion just came out called Viridian in this past week or two, which mostly focused on corporation management and participation interactions, some cosmetics, not really anything gameplay changing. The biggest gameplay addition was probably the home fronts, which are still fairly new, haven't been fully scienced out yet. They're intended, they say, for 1 or 2 veteran players to lead like 3 or 4 new bros through and basically earn more than anything they can do solo in HiSec is the stated pitch from CCP. And a couple of the sites have been min-maxed already, but they're still fairly new, and so people are still feeling them out to figure out what the most optimum way. Yeah, we're going to optimize the fun out of it, right? So people are trying to figure out the min-maxing. You mostly run them in cruisers, is my understanding. With some, exceptions for if someone's specializing in hacking or specializing in hauling for different roles. The whole point of the home fronts is to have different people doing different activities, but doing them together on a single site to cooperate toward an objective. But let me skim your questions again. Will you be learning the game from square one again? That's kind of a case-by-case situation, right? How well will you retain? How quickly will your muscle memory come back if it does at all? UI changes can definitely always, Eve's UI is always a problem. They've done what they can in recent years to kind of smooth that out, but it's just always going to be a challenge. And that still is going to be there. finding a player group to join is going to be a big deal. With Viridian, I've started a New Bro Corp to help new players getting into various activities, their first couple of steps, and then that new player corp is not meant to retain people. It's meant to get people in, get them active, answer their early questions, get them to a couple of ships to be active early on, and then once we identify what they want to do long term, providing them with options and choices for where they can go further with those goals and interests and activities. So finding a player corp that's interested in what you want to do, which, other than telling us that you play and catch, we don't really know what your plan for coming back is in terms of what activities do you want to get into. You may not know yet, which is another feather in the cap for the idea of starting that new character on a new account and kind of dabbling around until you rediscover what your fun per hour is going to be. But hopefully that helps you and or anyone in that same situation or similar situation of, hey, I'm a returning player, what do? The more information from you, the better. And yeah, hopefully that helps out somebody. But let us know in the comments down below in the video, and we'll see you in the next one.